hola, familia de Facebook. Feliz martes. Happy Tuesday. Happy Wednesday to some of you. Welcome to Manny's Paper Fun. Bienvenidos. Welcome to a very late show, everybody. But we're going to have fun. We are going to turn our famous carrots, Easter carrots, into our butterflies. So, just like always, share this live video to your friends and family. There's a lot of people wide awake right now. So share it out to your friends and family. And we're going to have fun. We haven't done this in a long time. So I'm excited to do our butterflies here. And then we're going to get started. I was falling asleep already because we already ate. We ate earlier. And I was like, oh my God, I'm falling asleep. But we're going to do this video because I've been wanting to make these butterflies for the longest. It's springtime. It's springtime, Miss Christine, Miss Janet. Well, hello there, Miss Pam. Hola, hola. And Mr. Matt. And Miss Vicky. Miss Vicky's wide awake. I know she is a night owl. Miss Vicky, what are you up to? What are you doing, Miss Vicky? How was your dinner? How was your dinner, Miss Vicky? All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. So you all know how we created these butterflies, don't you? You know how we created them, right? Well, hello there, Steve. Hola, how are you? Good to see you. And Alicia, one of our newest subscribers. Thank you, Alicia, for becoming a subscriber. So we all know how we made these butterflies, right? We know. We take Easter carrots and we turn them into our beautiful butterflies, all right? So that's what we're going to do. I know that a lot of you probably have these butterflies. A lot of you probably don't because the Dollar Tree did not put these out this year. They put up some weird carrots, but not these. The only way you can get these are if you go to Amazon, but you're not going to find the smaller ones. You're going to find the larger ones, okay? So that's how you're going to get these carrots. Goulash. I've had goulash before, Miss Vicky. It's really good. It's really good, Miss Vicky. Linda, hola. So we're going to go ahead and do this, right? So we have our little props. The ones that we had. This was the original one. This is back in 2023. When I first created this carrot, this was 2023. So we all know that I turned it into a little magnet. So here we are. I actually don't have a prop for my other butterfly, the one that goes like this. I don't have a prop for that. I need to make myself one. All right, so Easter wooden carrots, and we are going to make this one, okay? We're going to make this one right here. And all we're going to do is just grab our carrots and kind of just move them around a little bit, and then we get our little butterfly, just like that. Now, what I like to do, I like to mess around with it really quick and try to get, I'm looking at these right here, so I can get them the right way. So what I like to do, I like to make sure that I got the right shape before I start gluing, you know, because I really want them to look almost the same, almost identical, like this, because this one is a little bit tricky. There we go. We're gonna get them like this, and then what we're gonna do, we're going to hold on. Manny. What we're gonna do, there you go. We're going to, the way that I like to do it, I like to trace mine. When I say trace, I like to trace exactly where I'm gonna be gluing. So that way when I apply the glue, then all we gotta do is just follow this little pattern right here. You know that? Had a steroid shot today for bronchitis. Keeps me awake all night. Oh no. All right, so we see, I like to put a little bit of hot glue in here. And this is going to help us right here to guide ourselves exactly where we're going to glue our little carrot up here, you know? And we're going to go like this. So that way we know exactly where we're going to glue. And we don't have to make a mess when it's time to glue. Now, I use a little bit of glue and pretty much cover this little hole right here. That's how we do it. We just put a little bit of glue. That's how I originally did it. Put a little bit of glue, and then that right there will cover that little hole that we have right here, okay? Miss Vicky says that she's just a night owl. I'm a night owl as well. I really am. Here, let me pull up my iPad so I can see the comments, because that way we can see what you guys are talking about. There we go. Oh, look at that beautiful butterfly. So now that we have that, there's many ways that you could do it. You could do it separately. Hola, Avelina, how are you? Janina, how are you? Hola. The way that I did it, when I first did my butterfly, I grabbed my wooden little beads and I glued them together back to back. You see how this one has you see how this one has them all straight? Do you see that, Miss Peggy? Hola, you see that? And you have like 6 of them, right? As opposed to this one, which I just made this one right now. See that? There's a difference. So this one's got 6 and this one's only got 5. You can do it however way you want. You really can. This is how we're gonna do it. We're gonna actually just paint them in. So that way we have a whole thing put together, and then we can just go in there and glue it all. Alright, so we're gonna put a little bit of hot glue right here and start gluing them. Alright, that's how we're gonna do it. Yanina, aquí sí leen, aquí sí leemos. Y'all read here, we read here. I told you that joke, right? When we say y'all read here, it's because when we go into when I go into my gamer friends pages, they're so caught up in their video that they don't read comments. And the joke is, I'm gonna watch you unless you read my comments. So when we say y'all read here, it's like, are you gonna read comments or should I leave? That's what the joke is. Hola Rose, how are you? Marilyn Santiago, hola Rose. I was telling Liz yesterday, we had a couple of followers. Amanda was trying to be a supporter, a subscriber, and she was finally able to go to it. She was her thing was on the wait list as well. Let me put more glue in there. And she was finally able to do it. So I told her, I'm like, let Rose know. See, maybe it's letting her get it. Maybe it'll let her get in it now. So I don't know if she told you. Here, this is how you would do it. Okay. Why is this taking so long to glue? This one's not gluing. That one, that's messed up already. I think it's easier if you just glue them all together and then just place the entire thing on it. Miss Peggy, buenas noches. Good to see you're not really seeing me, but I'm here. Miss Peggy, you're not really seeing me, but we're here, Miss Peggy. All right. And then this one's just a random little black little bead that we're gonna use. Okay, we're gonna use this little random bead. How many of you in here have actually done this? A lot of people have done these carrots, butterfly carrot, like a lot. I mean, I see them in groups, like in the Dollar Tree groups. I see a lot of people creating them on there. So I think we did a fantastic job showing that up, didn't we? Hola, Ariel, how are you? All right, so we're gonna put another one right here, and then we'll paint them in different in sections. Okay. When I say in sections, we're gonna paint this black first. All right. So you could have just glued all of them together and then just go back and just paint them all at the same time. But Manny's just doing it the hard way. Hola, Miss Glenda, how are you? We're gonna go ahead and paint it. We're gonna paint it black. We're gonna make a monarch butterfly. That's what we're gonna make. Okay. That's what we're gonna make right here. We got black paint. Now this butterfly is not gonna look like a fish like yesterday. Y'all can't believe I was reading comments yesterday after my video. Y'all were making fun of my little birdie. My little birdie does not look like a fish. It looks like a little birdie. Y'all were having a good laugh with that one yesterday. All right, here we go. I'm gonna go right here, and this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go in here and then just paint that right there. That way I can know exactly where I'm gonna paint. This would be our wing. You wanna know that, right? Go here, in here, in here. The original one that I painted, that one right here, this was the original one. I spray painted it. I spray painted the first one as opposed to painting them, which saves you a lot of time. It really does. So there you go. Now, do you see how we have these black beads? If you have black beads, then you're already skipping this entire process, you know? Your bird looks like a bird. Put him some legs on it. We gotta put some little legs, Esta Linda. Gotta put some little legs. We gotta put some little legs on the bird. Did you like the bird, Linda? That was a cute little idea. I liked it. Very, very creative. You gotta put some. I don't have some of those toothpicks. The little wooden ones. I don't have some of those toothpicks. But maybe we could put some. Maybe I'll go outside on a little nature walk. When I say on a little nature walk, pretty much outside. Outside, and see if I can find some little things in there. It's been a while. We've been having several. Oh, Glenda, I'm so sorry. Glenda, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm glad that you're on. You maybe take a little bit off of your mind, you know? Glad that you're on here. All right, here we go. How fun. It does look like a little birdie. Pajarito linda. I saw my first hummingbird yesterday. Like little twigs. Yes, little twigs. I saw my first hummingbird yesterday. I need to go and make the little sugar and water little concoction for it. That way they're ready. Now, I'm kind of bypassing some steps, but we all know that the back should be any colors that you want, you know? Whichever, like if we're going to do the monarch butterfly, I'm going to paint the back yellow, just like this one. This is the one that I was just doing. So you see, you can paint it yellow. And do it yellow. If you do the pink one, you can do the pink one. If you do the blue one, then you can do a different color. Whatever you want. You know? We're going to do these. I really like the original. I'm calling the monarch the original butterfly because that's the first one that I did. That's the first one that I did. These, you're welcome, Glenda. These butterflies were really it was a little happy mistake. They were never intended to be butterflies. Never. I was getting ready. I was in my little table trying to figure out what I could do with these, and we were getting ready to have dinner that night. And Jason's like, dinner's ready. So I grabbed my carrots and I just threw them on the table. Oh my God, they literally landed like a butterfly. And I was like, oh my God. And we're gonna try it real quick. After I was done eating, I went back to the table and I was like, okay, we are making a butterfly. We're making a butterfly. And here we are, 2 years later. 2 years later, we're here. All right, so see how we already got the body done. And then the rest will be really, really, really easy. Now, if you don't like to paint, or if you don't feel comfortable painting, then I saw a lot of people put glitter on it. A lot of people modged some napkins into their carrots, so they did it different ways, you know? They did it in different ways. So you could do it that way as well. But we're gonna stick to our painting because we know how to paint. All right, so now we're gonna do we're doing the monarch, okay? So I started this one, so this one's almost there. We're gonna use a little bit of this harvest orange, and we're gonna use a little bit of this yellow flame. All right, where is my brush? It's so windy outside, everybody. Very, very windy. Where is my brush that I'm looking for? Here it is. It's very windy outside. Like, you could hear outside. So look, we're gonna use this yellow. I'm just gonna make this orange. I'm just pouring it in here. Like, literally going to just pour my paint in there because that's how I do it. Just like this. Like that. And then what I'm going to do here, I'm going to grab this orange and I'm going to just go here and just paint around where we have our black. just to, that way we can put like a little border line in here. Let's see. See that? I like doing the videos when we paint like this. I feel it's just, you guys get to experience the entire thing. You gotta experience the entire thing like that, right? So now, to get that little shading effect, you gotta apply the orange on the sides, or like on the edges of the wings. When I say edges, I mean over here. Over here, okay? Just go like that. Obviously, we're gonna mix our paint in just a minute. We're gonna mix our paint like so. You want the yellow, you want the lighter to be in the center. The lighter color should be in the center. Remember, we gotta put our orange. And it really is, the trick is to just mix the colors very nicely. See that? You gotta mix them real nice. Now, when I first did my project, when I very first made my my carrot, I just I spray painted it, and that's why that one looks a little bit different, you know. Hola Nola, how are you? That's why that one looks a little bit like a golden color, because I just mixed yellow and orange, and it just looks different as opposed to these. All right, so do that. We'll go back with a little bit of orange in just a minute, okay? Ms. Lewis, how are you? Well, it's watching. We'll go back with a little bit of orange in just a minute, okay? Do you want the inside? You see how, like, you see these two colors right there? You want the inside of the wing to be a little bit lighter. And you can grab a picture. Go look at a picture of a monarch butterfly on the internet. That's what I did, and then I freehanded it. All right. So do you see how you see a little bit of like a darker over here? Darla, you didn't get notified, Miss Darla. I don't know if are you in the group? Are you in our group at the, you know, like when I send notifications to tell you, hey, we're going live. I made a little step-by-step kind of thing for you guys. So like if you don't get notified, I took screenshots for you guys to like follow and do it whenever you have time. You can do it through your tablet or through your phone. So you basically would go to the page. You would go to my Manny's Paper Fun, and you click on the following button, and then you would click on the feed option, and then favorite, okay? And then in that same following button, you would click it, but there's a different one that says live video. If you click on that live video, you can turn on notifications. And when you get a chance, go ahead and take a look at that. Maybe that will help you get notifications. They're very, very self-explanatory. If you need help, you can always just send me a message and I can try to help you, okay? Because that's what I do. All right, so look. I tried my hardest to make sure everything is like well blended, like that. So do you see how we have like different, like darker colors over here? And then like the inside is a little bit more of a lighter. That's what you want, because that's really how butterfly, I need to stop saying that word literally. That's just how the butterfly colors have it. All right, so I'm happy with that. Like I said, on the back, you can go back with a little bit of yellow just to cover that. We can do that right now. Miss Sheila, hola, hola, how are you? You can go back with the yellow and just paint it. Whatever base color you want to use, you can do the orange, you can do the yellow. Miss Patricia Smith, hola. Carol, hola, how are you? You can, you just need any color not any color that complement your butterfly. Like you could do a yellow, you could do an orange, just to paint the back, okay? So that way it doesn't just look like that. Oh, so I was telling this story. the butterfly was never intended. It happened. It was a little accident. I was getting ready to go to dinner. I threw the carrots on the table, and the carrots landed in a very, very peculiar way. And I instantly knew what I was doing after I came back from eating dinner. I started working on my butterfly, and here we are. Years later. We're here. Years later, we're here. I think I took off a bead over here. See, that bead, my bead fell off. It's okay. We're here years later. You're here now, says Miss Darla. Absolutely. We can help. I can help you if you want after the video, or maybe perhaps tomorrow, Miss Darla. You can always just send me a message, and I can try to help you. All right, here we go. Let's just finish this. Just finish this real quick. There we go. I see. All right, so that's done. We don't have to mess with paint anymore. All right, now we're gonna glue the little bead back in here. That was meant handling, the poor thing. And then the next part, when I first originally did it, I sat here and tried to paint the detailing on the entire wing, like I did, and I was like, oh my god, never again. And then I used the marker. I was doing this one a minute ago before I hopped on. I was doing that before I hopped on just so that I could see if the colors, if the paint pen would work. And it works perfectly. All right, let's try this really quick, okay? So the marker will help a lot as well, okay? How fun. Who would have ever thought, Rose, would you have ever thought of making this a butterfly? Now there are people on the internet that are claiming this idea as theirs, and I just look at it and I'm like, okay, that's okay. All right, so now this is where Miss Cindy, hola, this is where you get creative. I'm gonna be using this pen. This is the pen that Jackie gave me. For the markers, it has two tips right here. See that? This one's a little bit more of a chunkier tip as opposed to this one. This is a little bit more pointier. So this is the one that we're going to use, all right? So like I said, when I first originally made it, I just went on the internet and I went in there and just look, how did it look? How did it look? You know, so I'm there trying to, this is the original one. It's free-handed. So I did it, but we're going to do it. This is like, if you already have one made, this is probably the best way for you to do it. Just like place everything the same way. And then you'll go from here, okay? You're gonna go from here and, well, first, you see how we had originally painted that black? This is where your pen is going to come in handy. Miss Patricia, and then just kind of fix a little bit of the little imperfections right here. Because your marker will do that. Just try to, you know, fix those little imperfections. That way you get more of a straighter look. See that? Perfect. Perfecto, Miss Pauline, how are you? Two of them were. All right, so now we're gonna get creative now, and we're gonna start by doing that. And we're going to just, every butterfly design will be different each time. It will be. I don't make the rules, but they are. Each design will be different. It will be different. All the time. And that's it. See how quickly that was? Now, obviously, we're going to go back and if there's any any of these that I didn't like how they came out, I can always go back and fix them. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect, so. See how quickly that was? This pen is awesome. Hola, Maria! You finished your workout. Very good, Miss Lewis Hawkins. Hola, hola. How was the workout, Maria? And then once you have that design done, do you see how like right here, like there's a little bit of an imperfection? Then you can always just go with your pen and kind of just fix it up and make it look better. Like that. And then we're gonna go now and start, oh we put one over here. And start painting the outside little edges black. And I'm sorry I'm not reading the comments. I'm trying to focus on my butterfly. So this is where I was painting at the very beginning. I was trying to hand paint it. Man, it took a long time, remember? It took a long time, but these pens make it look very, very nice. Every butterfly is unique, says Nola, absolutely. Elda, hola, I have to send you a picture of your butterfly, Miss Pauline, very good. Yes, you can, I'll tell you something better. You can post it to Manny's Crafting Fun. You can join the group, it's free. Manny's Crafting Fun, just go and join it, and then anything that you guys created inspired by me or whatever it is that you've done, you can go in there and post your picture, and then it gets approved as long as they're not videos, because Miss Janet is the one that approves them. So if she sees videos, she will delete them or not approve them. All right. Look how quick and easy. These markers are from Amazon. These markers are everything you guys needed to make these. Right here, I can even make another little cute design right here. These markers work perfect. Now, if you want to go ahead and give it a second coat, then you can. Okay, you can go and give it a second coat if you really want to. So that's one wing. Look at that. Hola, Flora. All right, so now for this one, again, we're going to just follow the design on the other wing, which is right here. So that's what we're doing, you know? And this one's a little bit more trickier. It's right here. And we're going to go just like that, okay? And then we're going to, they're going to be different all the time. I told you that, right? They're going to be different. Every time you do it, it's always going to be a whole different design all the time. Now make sure you guys share this live video to your friends and family. This is one of those videos that we want to save and upload to our YouTube. That way, you know how like videos are going to be deleted. So this is one of them that we want to keep. These are paint markers. Yes, they are. They are Tanmit markers. There's 2 tips. If you go to, you see there should be a comment pinned to the bottom of this video. You'll see my little picture, my little icon. If you click on that comment, it's going to give you, like it says, you can find all of Manny's links in here, like a tree link. A tree link. If you click there, you'll find the Amazon must-haves, and you're gonna find these markers in there. You know, you're gonna find them in there. I believe they were on sale a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if they're still are on sale or not, but the ones that I have, when I originally got them, they were a gift. But then Jackie ordered me more. She gifted me more, and I believe the special that they had, how much was it? $24 for 48 markers. Was it like that? I think that's what it was. But they're great, especially for projects like these. Especially if you don't feel comfortable to hand paint, then this is perfect. I can say your butterfly project is one of my top favorites. You're painting on the butterfly. Thank you, Maria. I think so too, Maria. I think so too. I love it because it's brand new. I had never seen it before, because remember how I told you, everybody, when they start seeing carrots, they put them in bunnies and they do all of that stuff, as opposed to where I took it and made it into an everyday kind of design, you know? So yeah, for sure, this butterfly is special for me. It's just another way to tell you, hey, you can do other things with other things, you know? You can create other things using other things. All right, so that's done. How quick and simple was that? You see, when I first did that one, I sat here and painted back to back. It took a long time. Now for the little wings, I used floral wire. Not the wings, I'm sorry, the little antennas. A little bit of floral wire. And then I just twisted it like this. Now there is a blog on how to do this. You know, you just go to manny'spaperfun.com, and you're going to find the blog section in there. Or there is a little DIY picture. If you keep scrolling down on the website, if you click on that DIY picture, it's gonna take you right to the blogs. So it's gonna take you there, and you're gonna find that in there. All right, so we're just twisting our wire. See that? And then we're gonna just put a little bit of hot glue on the little antennas. And then you have antennas, right? And then, obviously you have to paint in black. I'm gonna just add a little bit of glue inside here. This is how I did it. I just put a little bit of hot glue in here. And then we're going to insert these in here. And we're gonna, look at that, our butterfly came to life. We're gonna just leave it here for now. And then we're gonna go back and paint it with black paint in just a minute, okay? Thank you, Miss Vicky. Thank you, Linda. Appreciate that. We'll keep that there. And then using that same marker, we have the white ones, right? We have white markers as well. So at this point, all we're doing is taking our marker and we're going to just do the little dots. And as you can see, again, this was the original one. So they don't have a pattern. I'm just going around the entire wing, both wings. All right, that's all we did. Just like that. Now, if you press down a little bit harder, you'll make the little dots a little bit bigger. See that? And then you just go around it. And how quick and simple was that? You know? You can even go into these little pieces right here. Into the black. And then you're going to continue. And continue till you're satisfied. Linda, how many butterflies did you make, Linda? How many of these did you make? And then you just continue. You see how you can make bigger dots? If you press. That way they're not all the same size. And we're done with the butterfly. Now all we're doing at this point now is we're going to grab our black paint again. And we're going to paint our little wings. You did 3 of them. We're going to paint the little, where we put the glue in here a minute ago. And then we're going to paint our little antennas. Now, when I first made these, I added, I painted them with chalk paint. The chalk paint, just because it's a little bit thicker, it just adds a little bit more thickness to the actual antenna. That's how I originally used. But because we're here and we have our acrylic paint, we can do acrylic paint. But the original one was chalk paint. And then you just go back and make sure that the entire wire is painted and your little antennas. And then if you have any little spots that you did not get that you may want to go fix, like for example this one right here, because this bead was already black, it looks a little bit shinier than the other one. And then that should be it, right? Now we're gonna dry it and then we're done. We are done. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you. And then we are done. So that's it. That's all we use. 2 carats. See, I was working on this one a minute ago. Oh, look at it. That's all you use. That's all you use. Just use your carrots, and then you finish. And let's just finish this one really quick since we're here. Let's finish this one over here. Let's finish this one since we already started it. Right? Such a pretty butterfly, Alicia. Since we already started it, might as well just finish it, right? Now, your butterflies don't all have to have the same amount of little white specks, you know? Now, what are you going to do with these? I made my magnets, but you can also put little, a little wooden dowel and put them in your pots and your, like if you have planters at home, you know. I'm going to make these on where I get an idea, but we'll tell everyone where I got that. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, some people are doing it, but they're like claiming it as theirs. And I'm like, that's not nice. Because you guys do not know the story of I was hungry and I almost missed dinner time, and then you're just taking the idea like that. They don't know the backstory of it. Hola, Melissa. I'm like, you guys have no idea. I was starving that one afternoon, and I was trying to come up with a good project, and then, you know, it's not nice. No, but it makes me happy that other people are making it, because you open up their mind a little bit to be like, okay, if I was able to create this with a carrot, I wonder what else I could create if I could, if I used a heart, if I use something else, So that's really the whole point, is to inspire and just making them think outside the box. Like, I'm gonna get this and try to do this, So that's what it is. So finish that one. Now we gotta paint the antennas on the other one. But when I was saying you could put like a little wooden dowel, you could put it behind here and then use it in one of your pots, Put it in one of your pots in at home or wherever it is. We all know where the idea came from. I know, right, Linda? It's only fair, says Flora. It's okay. You could use them. You could do the magnets. You could do. I say these would also be good. I just feel like the magnets is probably the best idea, because everybody has a fridge at home, right, Erlinda? Everybody has a fridge at home, and it's a good little piece for you to keep at home, right? It's a good piece for you to keep at home. So I think a magnet is the best idea, in my opinion. Because that's how that's how I originally made them. But these are also great gifts as well. Remember I remember that time well, says Melissa. Which time, Melissa? Where the butterfly time? So I just feel like the magnet is the best idea, in my opinion. How would you guys use it? You know, these could be great for gifts, you know? A lot of you say that the butterfly is very meaningful to some of you. I know, was it Melissa? I know Melissa Smith told me a story about how the butterfly is very special to her. If I'm correct, Melissa, right? You did say that to me. That would be cute in a pot, dice Miss Darla. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Linda, have a great night, my friend. You know, some of y'all do it and some of us don't. Y'all do such a great job, says Diane. For sure, for sure. They'd be pretty in a small branch tree. Yeah, that is a good idea. Like the one we did with those frames, right? You could make a ladybug with a heart. You can, Miss Pauline. You probably could. I don't think I have any hearts. Any wooden hearts. But I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can. And there you have it, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. I could watch you do. I know, or I could sit here and just do it, Linda. Esta, Vicky. I could just sit here and keep on doing it. It really is. It's a nice. It's a nice project. It's one of those weekend projects that you could do at home. So here we go. There we go. We got the original one, and then the other ones follow. So. Thank you for watching. It is. I would make a pot stick with it and put it by your sink, dice. For sure, Miss Darla. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate that. It was a late video, but it was great, right? The butterfly, the eagle, the hummingbird, the bumblebee. The bumblebee, Melissa. We have his little friend right here. Right there. Little bumblebee. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to go in and shower and maybe watch some Dragon Ball Z or there's a good movie that Jason found. It's called Trolls. It's not the cartoon Trolls. It's like a 1982, a 1985 movie or 1990. It's called Trolls. So I'll probably go and watch that. But I will let you guys go. I will see you tomorrow for sure. So thank you for joining, and you all have a fantastic rest of your evening. Tomorrow is April the 2nd, I'm sorry, and I shall see you soon. All right, so good night and see you soon. Ciao.